Become AutoCAD expert step by step. Hello friends, I am your guide Amit Garg and you are watching my channel CAD by Amit. Friends, if you have not subscribed my channel as yet, please do it now so that you keep getting my lectures, my videos on a regular basis. Also friends, just see this video till end so that you do not miss out on any important information. So let's get started. Friends, in this lecture, I'm going to take you through the rectangle command. Yes, friends, it is a new command in the Draw tab. So let's go through this command, friends. I'll just zoom into this image, which I just created so that we can understand the rectangle geometry. Friends, the rectangle has a shortcut REC. That means you can type down REC on the command line to run this command. Friends, rectangle is a four-sided polygon with opposite sides equal and all inside angles are 90 degrees. That means this rectangle ABCD, the opposite sides means this vertical side is equal to this vertical side and the horizontal side is equal to this horizontal side. And all the four angles A, B, C and D are 90 degrees. Friends, making a rectangle is very simple. Another point is rectangle is a very frequently used geometry in our drawings because most of the objects, or I can say many objects that we work on or that we want to sketch in our drawings are rectangular in shape. So let's see this particular geometry. I'll be going to the model space now. I take the rectangle command from draw. We have a rectangle command here, friends. Otherwise, you can catch it from the draw panel of ribbon toolbar. We have a command here. So I take the command from here. A very simple method of making a rectangle is the first point, a first corner of the rectangle, I can just click somewhere. And supposingly, I want to make a rectangle with 100 as the length and 50 as the width. So I can type down @100, 50. I am using relative Cartesian coordinate here, friends, and I hope you understand this coordinate. As I press enter, we get a rectangle where the length of the rectangle is 100 units and the width is 50. Supposingly, I want to check what is the length and what is the breadth or the width of this rectangle. I can take the help of distance command, friends. For the distance command, distance is an inquiry command, friend, and this command has a shortcut DI. I can type down DI, press enter. I catch this endpoint. For picking this endpoint, I have to switch on endpoint object snap. This you already know, friends. So I can catch this point, I can catch the second point, and here it is. The length of this is 100. I run the command again and I catch this point and I catch this point. You can see, friends, the width of the rectangle is 50. So this is a normal rectangle where all the four corners are there. Then friends, in a rectangle command, we have certain options available here. We will be trying out first of all the three options, like first of all I'll be working on fillet option, then chamfer and then width. The remaining two options, elevation and thickness, will be working on these two options while we start working on 3D modeling because these two options are related to 3D modeling, friends. Now let us see what is a fillet rectangle. A fillet rectangle has all the four corners converted into circular arcs with a specific radius. Yes, friends, this geometry, what you can see is a fillet rectangle. In the fillet option, actually we are supposed to give what will be the radius of these arc which we are going to place on all the four corners, and as we give the radius and then we make the rectangle, you get a fillet rectangle. You get this kind of geometry coming up. So let's work on this. We come to the model space, we go to the rectangle command. I'll be taking up the fillet option from here by typing down F. Why F? Because F is given in capital. So for picking any option, friends, you have to type down the letter which is given in capital. So I press enter and I want the fillet value to be 10 millimeters. Then I give the first point like we did in the previous rectangle shape when we created the previous one, and then I say @ 100, 50. And here it is. We can see we have a fillet rectangle where all the four corners are converted into circular arcs having a radius of 10 millimeters. So that was a fillet rectangle. Then let us work on another geometry, friends. We have a chamfer rectangle. A chamfer rectangle, actually, in the chamfer option, we have to give two distances, D1 and D2. And what this will do, this will basically cut the corners or chamfer the corners like this. Means this distance will be 10 millimeters and this distance will also be 10 millimeters in case we put both the distances as 10 millimeters. One important point there is, friends, like these two distances can be same. At the same time, the two distances can be different also. Means I can take one distance as 10 millimeters and maybe the other distance as 20 millimeters. So you can work out different combinations. You can try out making the rectangle with different chamfer distances. Let us work on this particular rectangle. I go for a rectangle command by typing down REC. I want to go for a chamfer option, so I'll type down C there. Software is asking for the first chamfer distance and one value is coming up within the bracket and this is 10 millimeters. Why? Because we set the value of fillet as 10 millimeters. So this has picked the value from there, friends. You want to change it, you can type down the new value. Otherwise, you can just press enter to confirm the same value. So I'm taking both the distances as 10 millimeters only. I give the point here, then I say @ 100, 50. And here it is. We get a chamfer rectangle where both these distances from the earlier corner point are 10 millimeters and 10 millimeters as we just saw in the diagram. And then the next option, friends, is the width option. Like in case you see these three rectangles that we have just drawn, friends, here in all the three rectangles, the line width is 0 millimeters. This is the default setting. But sometimes in a drawing, we want to make a rectangle with more line width. In that case, we can take up this width option and we can make a rectangle where the line width value is more. You can see, friends, there the rectangle is more prominent or more significant. Why? Because we have changed the line width to a higher value. So let us try out this one also quickly. We go to the rectangle command and I go for a width option by typing down W. I give the width as maybe 4 millimeters. I give the first point and then I say @ 100, 50, enter. So you can see, friends, the line width or the rectangle width has changed and we can see that this rectangle is really bold compared to the previously drawn rectangles. One point you might have noted, friends, like this is still coming in a chamfer way. I mean, this is still a chamfer rectangle. So what do we do in case I want to make a normal rectangle back, this one? So what we are supposed to do, friends, is like we have to reset all the values back to 0. So I'll reset the fillet value by typing down F. I say 0. By resetting the value of fillet, the chamfer value has also reset to 0. You can see that both the chamfer distances are reset to 0. And then we can come to width option. I'll reset this value also to 0. And I click here. I say @ 100, 50. So we get a normal rectangle coming up back, friends. So this is the rectangle, like we created the first rectangle. So this rectangle is coming up in a similar way with the default values, all the default values set to 0. So that is the three options what we have in rectangle. Afterwards, then in a rectangle command, we give the first point. After that, we get three more options, friends. I'll quickly run through these commands, these options. First option is dimensions. I'll be taking the second option first of all. For the dimension option, I'll type down D, enter. Now here, friends, software will ask for both the dimensions. The rectangle has two dimensions, length and breadth. This will be asking for length first of all. I'll give 100 suppose. Asking for the width, I want to give the width as 30, enter, and here it is. We get the rectangle. Now this is giving me four different options, four different positions for the rectangle. Whichever position you want to create the rectangle on, you can click your cursor there. And my rectangle is final. Another rectangle command, we again click here. We come to the First option now, area option. I type down A. For this particular option, friends, this will ask for the area of the rectangle first of all. Supposingly, I want area as 4000 square units, and then out of two dimensions, length or width, we are supposed to give only one dimension. The second dimension will be calculated by the software accordingly, because we have already given the area. So supposingly I want to give length, is going to take the previous length which was given for the previous rectangle. In case you are happy with this value, you can press enter. Otherwise, you can give some new value. So rectangle is created with 100 as the length, and after dividing the area by the length, it could calculate the width of the rectangle, and the width is 40 millimeters here. This you can check with the distance command, friend. And the third option is the rotation option. So for the rotation, we can type down R, and you can create a rectangle at certain rotation. Now supposingly I want to create a rectangle at 20 degrees rotation. After giving the rotation value to 20 degrees, I can pick the dimension option. I want the length to be 100 and I want the width to be 40. As I confirm it, you can see that rectangle is coming up, but this is coming up at certain angle now, which is 20 degrees in this case. And as I give the location, rectangle is created. So friends, this was the lecture on rectangle command. I hope you understood. And if you like this lecture, then please like this, share it to your friends. You subscribe my channel and do not forget to press the bell icon. Thank you so much.